Alright, welcome back everyone. Here we are through 3 days worth of building. Got our building sort of in place. I could have done a little bit better. I think, looks like there's some interference on there, but still pretty solid, I think. Feel pretty good about it. Little details on the interior seem pretty cool. I'm sort of digging the whole aesthetic here. But gonna make some more progress. My plan is to work my way forward from here, and I might do the battery box tonight depending on how things go time-wise. But if you're new here, this is what I do. I buy these kits and build them step by step, mostly in real time. Get to see all my successes and all my failures and how I hopefully fix those inevitable failures as they come up. Upload daily and just try and have a good time. We're not solving the world's problems here, we're just building silly little models and having us a bit of fun. If you've seen any kits or builds or sets you want to take a shot at, feel free to drop in the comments. I'm always looking to add on my list. And I've got the most intelligent audience in YouTube because y'all provide me with nothing but the best of options. So, let's jump in and build us our counter for our little walk-up coffee shop window thing. Pretty simple start, I think. Sort of ease into the... I got a little more difficult bit planned after this. But basically you're going to start off just doubling it up. A piece of wood. So I'm not even sure if I don't think I'll bother with the... I was thinking about using my old square dealio, but I think I should be able to get this in place without that. I'll just use the old... you know what? Let's use... I still got the old brush-on super glue. I think. Put some... Since I've started shifting over to my more regular bottle, I guess I need to find a way to use up this old stuff. And just sort of... Well, I was going to try and spread it out thin. It came out in the glob, so it'd still be alright. Get you on there. Maybe? Glue it down. Okay. Oh, that's what else I haven't done yet. So, a little swizz around there, spread the glue a little bit while it will still do spreading. Alright. I'll just throw a couple of my little cheapo clamps on here to apply the pressure. Should be pretty square. Yeah, it feels pretty flush. And just set that. Well, I don't guess I'm going to set it aside because I'm about to use it again, so I guess I'll apply the pressure myself. A little extra pressure. And there's nothing else to work on this one, so I guess I've got to work on it. Alright, I think that's... Yeah, it feels stable. I don't think it's set, but it should be good. And now we're supposed to wrap this. Looks like we're supposed to start there. Looks like they gave us some excess, so we got some... I think we'll have some wiggle room on there, so I'm going to actually start just anchor it down just a hair right there, and then wrap my way around it, I think. So, oh, I just realized probably don't want to listen to that whine the whole way through, so let me turn my fan off. Sort of disappeared into the background in my hearing, but it just sort of dawned on me that it wouldn't with y'all's. Okay, get my little new nozzle on, and I say just the glue to ease out here. Just a couple of drops on the very tip there. Yeah, there it goes. Pressure, and we're seated in. That's our top. Unfortunately, I did do it. There's writing on one side, and unfortunately, I did accidentally put it on the right way. So we're going to end up just wrapping it around this way, and now we'll find out if I was right about having some excess here. Yep, they did give us a little playroom there. So I have to do some. I should have been paying better attention this side. I'll have to do some trimming on the edges there, but that'll be okay. Now, I think I'm gonna stick with the old super glue, because like I said, I've been really enjoying playing with these little tips that I've had sitting around for months and hadn't used, but they seem to be the ideal tool for me here. Straight across. Sticks down nice and snug. A little heat in there, some pressure, and you cure that glue up a little bit. Alright. Here, trying to hit one of them. Or is it not in the middle? Okay, I'm not getting a smooth flow here. There we go. It's still hitting the middle. I think it's dropped in that little crack there, but that still should be good. Around there. Okay. A little bit of trim work to do on there, but it's not too bad. I'm feeling pretty good about this one so far. So I think one of the better edgings I've ever done. I must be, the practice must be helping is all I can come up with. Okay. I mean, eventually I had to get better doing if I kept on doing these things. I would hope anyway. Drop on that edge. I think we should try and do some trimming. Fix this off there. Pressure. It's on the back anyway, so it shouldn't matter, but alright. Looks like I was a little crooked because of this side and this side, but I'm still feeling okay about it. Let's get my board back out here. I've had a lot of glue come off the edge there. Okay. Oh well, it's character for my. Okay. Now. Stray off there. Alright, come on. A little bit more right there on this. Let's see if it'll cooperate with me. Okay. This side. Just trimmed wood. Yep, I did. That'll be alright. Yeah, I took a little gouge out there. goes now, maybe. Okay. Now. He's got some glue on there. It's going to be up against the wall, so I do want to make sure I get. Just cut the corner off the wood again. Okay. I might ought to stop while I'm behind. I think I've got everything, the important bits done. Okay. So, cap on there again. And then our shelf supports going under here. So, like so on either end. This one I will use the square tool on, so I'll get that back in here. This is going here. That's the front. In like so. This is the goal. Okay, that should be fairly straightforward. Fingers crossed. Let's just run. Eventually get the glue to come out. And like so. Pressure for a few seconds. I just realized how dim I've got this light. I think it'll be alright. I think this thing looks pretty good on my display at least. Here we go. That was a little crooked, but maybe it's, no, that's good. Now this one, just flip them over that way. Make sure don't crisscross them. And that should go in there pretty easily. Alright. And okay. A bunch of air bubbles in this one, it looks like. Stay. And that should do it. Alright. So, got us a shelf ready to go. Oh, okay. Let's see here, get my. And this supposed to go right under here under our window. It looks like it does go flush with each end on the wall. So we got our window frame to hold it in place and our wall to center it. Oh yeah, this is gonna be that's gonna work good. Alright. Okay, let's sort of ain't broke, don't fix it situation. Let's stick with the super glue. Greedy and go all the way around. Okay. Jiggled on me, but there we go. Got a little bit of pressure, not much, because I don't want to break anything. And that should. Yeah, got a little lip showing there, but I'm okay with that. Pressure for a few more seconds. Yeah, I got her. That, I think, is in good shape. I will lay it down on his back just to give a little extra gravity assistance on it while I work on the next bit, which I am going to turn my lights up slightly. Smaller pieces. Got our sign. Yeah, actually, I've got a few signs here. Actually, I'm going to do these guys first before I do the fancy one, because we can go ahead and put them in place right now. I'll do the P7000 on this one because it goes. This is the one that I'm going to use to conceal my little seam. That's going to go like here-ish. Yeah, I probably won't center it, but I'll try and approximate center. I guess I could try and center it. What do we got here? What are we looking at? End to end, looking at. Well, let's actually get on there. Try and find about the zero. So looking at 5.5 centimeters, or yeah, the inches are just as bad. So 5.5, so 2 and some change centimeters. Let me see. That'll put us in. Whoop. 2.5 plus a little bit. So we're going to be looking at I'm going to split the E's with our seam here. I think that'll be my the way to go. I will back to the B7000 for this. Give me a little bit of adjustment. A few seconds to adjust it. Some little dabs and dots on it. I think I used to call them dupes. Okay, so let's whiz around to spread the glue out. I don't think it needs to. That seems eyeballing it, that looks right. So maybe it wasn't splitting the E's. Okay. Now, this guy, we're actually mounting, but I'll do this part with the B7000. A little bit bigger than the actual wood, so I have to go up rather than down. Then a few dots on the back, just down the middle on the super glue to hold it in place, I believe. Here. And a little crooked, but not the worst I've ever done. And actually, I should be able to just down a little bit. Yeah. All right. I'm happy with that. Straight enough for me. Okay. Now we're ready for the fancy sign that actually gets. That's where the light actually goes in out the front window. So new trim pieces, and then our coffee shop sign. It says to mount the sides first and then wrap it around the edges. My instinct is to wrap around the edge first and then put the sides on so I know it's straight up and down. That's what I'm feeling. So that's what I'm going to try. It should be a pretty standard thing. This is our edge. Just going to wrap. Start on one. I guess we'll start. It does have to have a space in the middle. So it's going to be that much between them. So there's not going to be support. Okay, let me see. Should have something. No big pieces that skinny. I don't think so. Looking for something I could use as a spacer until I get it situated. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna do one and I'm gonna do one side and do maybe like halfway around, and then see where things end up. So back to just a dot of glue on there to anchor it in. Maybe 2 dots. Same on both sides. To the wood and not to me. That's what I want. Yeah, I think this is gonna. My thinking is this is easier to handle than if I had those little pieces of paper here on the edges. So we'll find out if I'm right or not soon enough. Continue our glue around. Not that far, I think. This is one of those pieces when I saw it, is when I started dreading it, because it's definitely not this delicate stuff. So okay. Now I'm going to slide this one in, this edge. I think I can make that work now. Okay, gonna try anyway. Let's see what happens. Let's go. A little bit of structure there, but I'm worried about crushing it. That's supposed to just wrap on around. Leaves a little hole for our light to go in. Looks tolerably close. The edges. Okay. I guess I'm going to be greedy and try and do both of them at once now. There, maybe. Okay. And this is going to be the back edge anyway, so I'm not too worried. It looks like I missed one side on it. Okay, so. Single dot in there. This bit will be ready to roll. Okay. Nice, nice, nice. I'm feeling it. Now, this, I'm almost tempted to mount everything else, then put the sign on last. Let's see how this do on. Okay, our LED does fit in there. Supposed to go something like that. Yeah, you know what? As I just said that out loud, I think that is what I'm going to do. I'm actually put the signs on last once they're actually in place. That way I'll know they're straight. And speaking of which, let me plug in the hot glue gun. Okay, but now we're supposed to do some decorating here. So this little guy, got my new toy. Now I always have trouble with these. I don't know if it's going to focus on it, but these little thin wires, the insulation always strips off whenever I start bending it, so I don't know if I'll continue this one or not, but we'll see what we can do. Okay, looks like it's going to cooperate this time. Curly Q on there. Alright, that's good. I'm supposed to bend the other way here. Okay, back here more broad. And this is supposed to sort of be a gentle bend around back. Actually, that's supposed to be more gentle than that too. But okay, so it's supposed to be. Oh, this thing goes on top. Okay, so this goes directly 90 degrees up from there. So that's. Let's see how the super glue handle this. Let's see. So 12 o'clock. Really healthy blob. Ease you down into it and centered. I'm not sure if it'll stick. It's plastic, so I'm not sure if that's going to stick or not. We'll find out together. For a second. Okay, I think that's going to hold. Okay. Fairly centered. Okay. So this is supposed to go something like this. That whole ending above or that. So we got to really curve it around. Let's grab a that looks far more exaggerated than the one they've got, but let's see. Okay, that I don't hate that. Okay, but I think okay, let's just push the envelope with the super glue. Let's see what happens. So far it hadn't let me down, which has surprised me. Let's do one here, and a little bit on top of this thing. Let's see how if I can steady my hands long enough to hold it in place here. somewhat centered. Oop. Guess I do need to leave it upright. I was going to use the hot glue for this, but I think this might work. I will use the hot glue to mount it to the wall, but... Okay, alright. Yeah, now this is, you know, final result's going to be something like so. Right. Cool. This is going far better than I was expecting it to, so I'm pretty happy about that. Okay, now, let's straighten. Get it to... With the right tool. Straighten my LED out there. So you're going to go where that's, yeah, that's pretty good on that. Okay. Hot glue should be ready to go, so I'll just knock everything off my table. I'll do it. See how about that much, and you in and hold you against it. Yes, I am pretty happy with that. Not perfectly straight up and down as my 12 o'clock, but that's why I didn't put the sign on first. Okay, so now get my some strings here, get them out of the way. And back to the super glue, I think. It's hard to squeeze it out to get it started. Get that pressure going. Alright, get you going. There you go. Just don't need much. Just maybe a dot in each corner, or each quadrant, rather. These are in. Okay. A little crooked, but that's okay with me. Okay. Now the little tricky side was got our window in the way. Let me get my phone stand here so I get maybe a little bit better angle. Okay, I think that'll work. I think I'll only get 3 dots on this side though. Alright, I think leaving that for a few seconds for that glue to react. That is a relief. I was not expecting that went together much better than I thought it was going to, so I'm pleased with that for sure. But I think what is that? 35 minutes. Let's go ahead and let me go ahead and get my soldering iron out, and I'm gonna make these cables permanent. I don't think I'll mount the switches and everything, but I'll have everything run through the bottom here, so that everything will be permanent. So let me go grab that and get it heated up, and I'll be right back, and we'll do that, and we'll call it a night. Actually, before I do that, I just occurred to me, I need to anchor this stuff down back here. So let me see if I can just lean you up there. Let's see, I'll get my hot glue gun, and like I say, I'll just try to set these guys in place right there, on each side of that insulation maybe. Yeah. Contain them back here. And maybe one more right there. Okay. Now, I'm going to go get my soldering iron and we'll get going. Okay, so got my phone stand set up again. Let's feed these wires through their guide hole. And out the bottom. Not a whole lot of slack to play with there, but I think should still be alright. I think I'll start with the white one. Twist and pull, try and get those wires to, oh, make sure it doesn't fall off on me. And likewise here, twist and pull. Good. Spinning on it. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, I thought I was going to have a little more slack than that, but I think it'll be alright. Get them to twist together a little bit more. And the wire out of the way. Okay. Sort of see there. Okay, and somehow I've lost the solder I've been using, so I get to use the stuff that came with my new soldering iron here. Yeah, over through there. It's a little bit thicker than the stuff I've been using, but it should still be fine. I sort of got mine down to where I knew it was 320 or so degrees to make it flow. So let's get that wire up, and it's already started flowing. Yeah. Get the flow in there. Yeah, there it went. I know it's a better connection, but I always get worried about it. Alright. Now, work on the gray one. Spin as I pull the insulation off, try and get that all snug. Give it a little bit. You're on the back side over here, so let's do it that way. Twist on it, there it goes. Alright. Yeah. Wire heated up, and whoop. Well ventilated area, by the way, with all that smoke. Actually, I'm going to do a little bit more on the white one too. That's sort of better. Alright. Now, should be good. Let's see if my lights come on now. They do. Yeah, got a good sign lights up nice and neat. I like it. Yeah, it's a little, I think it's overwhelming my camera lens, but it does, it's not a white bulb. It does, you can see the coffee emblem in there on that sign. Yeah, that's good progress. Now, tomorrow we got some stuff here, the bits and bobs on our countertop, and our stools, and a placard, and like a little bag over here. So maybe 3 days, possibly 2. I'm going to call on our total build time, but I'm enjoying this little thing. And like I said, and I'm starting with this, with my new super glue tool. I'm feeling a little getting the big head, so I may try and do the whole actual dust cover on that, since I'm getting so much better control with that. I'll try it at least. We'll see how sloppy it gets once I actually start assembling it, but I'm looking forward to giving that a shot. But I think that's plenty for tonight. Thanks for watching, everybody. Like, subscribe, comment, complain, share. Do whatever you want to with all that. Be good to one another. Stay safe. And click on a link. There's my channel up there if you'd like to subscribe. There's my other channel where I do experiments a couple times a month. Down here is what YouTube thinks you should be watching. And that is the playlist for this whole build. I'll see you tomorrow.